No, no, I get it. But is Simone mad?
So, one thing I know for sure is if a man will try to embarrass you in public, he for damn sure will be doing it behind the scenes as well. I usually really like this creator's takes, but this time I don't agree because the rest of his video, strong paraphrase, is that we may be taking this situation and turning it into this dialogue about who's the prize. Maybe there may be some projection. When really, when you look at Simone's Instagram and the follow up conversation after that, the couple looks like they're good. So if they're good, we should be good and we shouldn't be making something out of nothing. And we just had a very similar conversation a few months ago with Kiki Palmer, where we all saw the tweet and we all saw the conversation that happened afterwards. There were countless women who were raising the red flag to say, hey, this is a warning sign of something deeper. And then there were countless other people trying to gaslight them, trying to gaslight us into saying that, we are projecting, we're just bitter. What's wrong with a man having standards? What's wrong with having values in your family? Da, 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 da. When meanwhile, when you are in a cycle of abuse, when you have watched cycles of abuse, you know how insidious it is. You know how it starts. People don't come out calling you out your name. What they do is they try to humble you. They try to take away your accomplishments and make you feel this big. They try to make you feel as if you are lucky to be with them. And they will exploit your sensitivity, your generosity, your empathy, your love for them, your willingness to compromise, to respect them, and to make them feel safe and make them feel loved, to make them feel esteemed, to stroke their ego. You will lean into something and think that you are being a good partner when really you are playing the game of manipulation unknowingly and allowing them to have more and more power over you. So with Kiki, we were all, upset and sides were divided. We even saw them have a reconciliation post for the birthday. And then we all saw what happened after that, right? We saw what was going on behind the scenes. And unfortunately, abuse doesn't have to be physical. It can just start with a slow dismantling of your own personal worth to the point where you don't even realize when someone is making fun of you in front of you. And when you're not aware that that's what's happening, and or if you've watched many women go before you where their partners have treated them in this way, where you have not watched a woman actually be protected, loved, esteemed, cherished, adored, you think that that type of love is either impossible or if I keep putting in work and if I keep being patient or if I try to understand his sense of humor, then it'll get better because we love each other. You don't understand that what you're working with is not the same thing that other healthier couples are working with. And you don't understand that you cannot overcompensate for the amount of love and protection that you have for your partner, that they will one day start to have it for you. I wish Simone all of the love in the world. I want her to have a man that champions her more than she champions herself. I want her to know that no matter what, that if her man is given a microphone, that he's going to do everything that he can to lift her up, to pump her up, to talk about the queen that she is, because she is a queen. If this man has pledged his whole life to protect her, it means that he protects her in all facets, in all areas. And when that doesn't happen, it's a problem. And what I know from working with women who have been in these types of relationships, where the embarrassments and the humiliations are small and slight, and then they gradually grow, they feel in their gut when that doesn't feel good. They feel when they don't really like the joke. They feel when something, there's like a twinge, and they might not have a word for it, but it's there. But because of their love for their partner, because they're so happy to be in a relationship, because they are in love, they are going to do, again, because they're kind, compassionate, loving people, they're going to do everything they can to protect the relationship, to protect the couple, to protect their man, and also to protect themselves so that they are not going to lean into this idea that they are being foolish, that they're being dumb, that they're immature, that they're blind, because they are smart women. They are intuitive women that in every other place in their life, they have had amazing discernment. So for people to act like they're being taken advantage of and that they are a fool is insulting, is hurtful. Like, you say you're my fan, you say you care for me, but here you are talking about me worse than you say that this person's talking about me. So that protection, preservation, or protection of the couple is normal. Of course, you're going to protect yourself. Of course, you're going to protect your coupleship. If someone is trying to come against you. However, I saw someone else say this, and I'm just going to echo it. I think what these conversations do is help the women who are in these situations, who may be going through it, and who knows how long they've been going through it and to what degree they've been going through it. These conversations, even though they may be hurtful in the delivery of the way some people are talking about it, it plants a seed for them to know that this is not how it always has to be. For them to know that maybe they do deserve better, to be that maybe love doesn't have to have a sting, to know that you can trust your partner in every facet of your life to prioritize you, to protect you, to love you. And there are so many Black women who have not had that as an example. And so we get into relationships where, again, we think that we can overcompensate for it. And we think that we can join in with the gaslighting of the masses, that we're asking for too much, or that, everything's fine. And what I think is really sad and has really kind of been the rundown of a lot of relationships, and I think especially in the Black community, is one of the things at the heart of the gaslighting is this idea that is you're asking for too much for your partner to act like they like you in public, to just pretend as if they like you, and not that, you were just something that they strung along. And sadly, I know many of us have watched many Black women before us, around us, next to us, or even us ourselves be treated as an option versus a prize, versus someone that is a treasured gift. And I'm always going to stand 10 toes down and say that we deserve to be treated as if we are a treasure, as if we are the person we've committed our life, committed our body, committed our soul, potentially we're going to have children with if we don't already have children with them. That we are not asking too much to be loved, and to be loved fully, big, boldly, and out loud in public.